Good day, everyone, and welcome to our discussion for this day, which we are be focusing on a discussion of moral character development. First, we have here the moral character. What is a moral character? It is defined as an idea in which one is unique and can be distinguished from others. Perhaps it can be assembled as the qualities and traits that are different from various individuals. It implies on how individuals act or how they may be able to express themselves. So as per the moral character development, we know that there is a lot of movies and stories. And these movies and stories has a lot of characters, which we have here some for examples for the Shrek, Titanic, Star Wars, and Harry Potter, which we have the stories become more engaging with the help of characters involved, and as they watch or read stories, we understand why other people behave the way they do, and also on how they may be able to believe things that they want to believe, and also on becoming what they want to be for the future. But unlike in character conceptualization in a story wherein the creators are aware of how influential they are in the character's outcome, the people around us or even ourselves may be totally oblivious of how encounters in our life will be able to shape our own moral characters. But according to what Narvaez and Gleason said, early experience plays a key role in the development of all body and brain systems, so it is necessarily has an influence on subsequent moral functioning, which means that every experience we had when we were kids could play a key role in the development of our own moral characters, and also those encounters in our life, whether it's those people who we grew up with, will be very much influential to the development of our own moral characters. So, understanding the early experience pertains to the perinatal, postnatal, and until childhood. Perinatal stages, it is the period of time wherein you became pregnant and up to a year after giving birth. Postnatal period, on the other hand, is commonly defined as the 6 weeks after childhood. And also the childhood, which we are very familiar with, is the period of human lifespan between infancy and adolescence. So looking back in the time frame of our lives, we realize how vulnerable and dependent we were to the people around us who may or who may not know how much impact they have on us, because the people around us may be able to affect us on how we be able to see things, and also on how we be able to view our lives, which is very much influential. There is also that reminders that comes from our parents to choose the people who you are going to deal with, which in early stages of our lives, the one that he is mostly handling the people that will surround you is your parents, which for them, they know what is right and what is wrong for their kids. Also, during our early stages in life, we had no or not much control over the encounters of people or we were exposed to that is in our life. However, now that we are grown ups, we can freely choose our life and how we will be able to encounter people or how we will be able to expose ourselves to the other people. And by that, now let us proceed on the factors that are affecting the moral character development.
The first factor that can affect the character development is family. Family plays an important role in child's moral development. His first initiation into the mysteries is the good and the bad is through his parents' acceptance or rejection of his various actions. The actions which are approved by the parents are regarded as good, and those rejected are regarded as bad. The truth remains at the foundation of a child's moral developments are laid in the family. Family members are often the most prominent in the life of a young child. For example, mother who explain rules, punishment, and why a behavior is inappropriate are more likely to foster moral reasoning and behavior in their children by teaching the proper responses to a situation. According to Dr. Deborah, a psychology professor who specializes in childhood development, your child will likely learn the difference between right and wrong by observing your reaction to a behavior by modeling the moral behavior exhibited by you and other family members. For example, if your child is rude to a friend or other adult and you tell him to modify his behavior and explain why, your reaction can provide incentive for him to adopt better behavior in the future.
Moral character development can be affected also by biological influences. Referring to these are age and gender. Age is defined as the length of the time that the person has lived or exists. So in theory, elders have higher moral character because they live longer. Like the famous quote said, age comes with maturity, and the idea behind it is age related to the experiences one had in his or her life, making he or she has more wisdom and broad understanding of life. Gender, however, has a higher influence when it comes with moral character of a person. Gender is not only about female or male, but there are also other roles to consider like lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and other gender roles. For example, the father teaches his son about right and wrong. The son fully believing his father because it's his biological father and he is more inclined to adopt the moral characteristic of a father because it's a male and he is also a male.
For the next factor that we need to focus on is our peer group. When we speak of the peer group, as we become exposed to more people, we are pressured to at least to belong or to be accepted. So we have our peers, our classmates. They are very much influential, especially in moral character. Don't tell me that you are not influenced by your friends around you. The fact that whenever you go out for snack, let's say for example, even you don't want to go on a particular place to eat, but your friends wants to, then you are what to comply or to oblige, to just follow. That is definitely an influence in making decision. And sometimes you say to your parents that they will not influence you anymore because you know where you stand. But come to think out of it, people, you have to understand that even the way you speak is being influenced by these people around you. How much more the perspective, the worldviews, and the ideas of what is right and what is wrong. And being with these people would definitely test your existing set of morals which you were able to found and to establish back at home. Now, definitely then, the family, which is the foundation of the moral character, should be strong enough so not to be destroyed by anyone outside. And that is also the reason why our parents always tell us to be very much careful in choosing who our friend should be.
The next factor affecting moral character development of an individual is school. School is a place where the children learn a lot of things. More concepts are developed in school and their minds become sharpened by the things that they learn in school. A child gets concept about good and bad things as a result of relationship with their teachers and classmates. The example of this when students participate in events at school like singing contests and quiz bee. They express their talent and confidence by joining the two events. Most of students actively express their talent and confidence in school than at house. It is a foundation also of social virtues with other people. For example, as a student, you need to respect your teachers and classmates and build relationships with them.
The community, where we experience and take part in other people's life, is also a factor in developing the moral character of a person. The person's involvement in the community allows him or her to realize the act of moral qualities. We identify the characteristics which are shaped by norms about how we act and who we are. Diversity in the community, for example, may drive people to be engaged on actions that can create a common good, such as respecting the background of other people in that group. Knowing and understanding the beliefs and ideas of other people in the community can also develop a person's moral character in a way that he or she gains knowledge about what is morally right or wrong. Socialization allows people to be involved in the compliance of rules and standards of behavior that influences a person's moral character and emotions. People distinguish morals from the responses of the community. The effects of a particular action to people may cease or consistently run across various contexts. To develop the moral character is a part of humanity's transcendence. In one way or another, developing moral character is consists of going beyond physical or biological situations. Moral characters, which are always particular distinctiveness, are in our power and we are responsible for them. When a moral character is sifted down from the community's involvement, the decision is still on the person to preserve and develop or to cast away.